What's up, fellow Gen Xers and enthusiasts? Welcome to X-hale and Rewind, where we're all about celebrating our unique experiences growing up as part of Gen X. We witnessed some truly impactful moments, like the Desert Storm, the Challenger explosion, the tragic passing of Princess Diana, and the death of rock legend Kurt Cobain. But hey, we also saw some truly amazing things like the Berlin Wall coming down, the rise of MTV, the birth of arcades, the launch of the We Are the World video, mixtapes, and playing Oregon Trail on the first school computers. And we are here to share with you just a little bit about what life was like as a Gen Xer. X-hale and Rewind. What is up, everyone? Welcome back to Mike and Juju Smoke Room. This is our show, X-hale and Rewind. As always, I'm your boy and your host, Mike.
And I'm Juju, and today we're diving deep into what it was like growing up as Gen X kids.
Hey, you know what gets me, Juju?
What's that?
Every time I tell my kids some kind of story from my childhood, they look at me like I'm some kind of alien from outer space or something.
Right? Like when I told my niece we didn't have internet, and she asked, but how did you Google stuff?
Right? We had encyclopedias. You remember those Encyclopedia Britannicas?
Oh, yes.
The salesman that would come to your door?
Oh, man, my parents bought the whole set. 26 volumes of knowledge that was outdated before they finished paying for it.
Right? Like, you totally still have to use it. Like I'm still paying on those. It'd be like 1994, and you're still using 75 facts.
Speaking of school, let's talk about how we got there.
Alright, so walking 2 miles uphill both ways, of course.
In the snow.
Right?
But seriously, we leave the house at like 7 years old, walking to school with no cell phones, no tracking devices.
Nothing but a house key on a necklace around our neck.
The original Latchkey kids. Remember getting home and having to entertain yourself until your parents got back from work?
Or get in trouble is what usually happened. And if you forgot your damn key,
You had to find that emergency key that every burglar in town knew about.
yep, under the mat.
Under the fake rock.
Or behind that loose brick, some people. I mean, how did we survive, y'all?
Right.
Alright, so we're going to take a quick commercial break. And we'll be right back. Hey, we are back, y'all, and let's talk about those mental playgrounds of death, Juju.
You mean the ones that were basically giant heat conductors in summer?
Hey, exactly. I mean, let's break it down for these younger kids. First, you have that big-ass metal slide.
Yes, the aluminum death chute that could reach approximately 700 degrees on a sunny day.
And you'd have that one kid who'd want to pour the water down it, cool it off.
Creating a steam bath halfway down. Next.
That's what happened. And hey, let's talk about those monkey bars. They don't have those anymore.
Set over pure concrete, because apparently grass or rubber mats wouldn't have made it easier.
That's right. They didn't care if we were safe.
No.
And those things are like 10 foot high, it seemed like. I mean, now, honestly, they're basically like at my ankle, it feels. But back then, they seemed huge.
And let's not get the seesaw.
You mean the instrument of childhood betrayal? Like, we all had that friend that'd like to jump off right when you're at the top, and you just come crashing down.
And you crash down so hard your teeth would rattle.
Right. All right, the best, though, had to be the merry-go-round.
The spinner of doom. Remember the technique.
You sound like you had some bad experiences on that
That's
one.
sort of pretty fun and great. You know?
All right, so here's the setup. You'd have that one kid running around, pushing it faster and faster.
Then they try to jump on while it's moving at like 50 miles per hour.
And that would sometimes take several tries. And then there was always that one kid who'd have to be like, stop, I'm sick, I'm dizzy.
Right in the sandbox.
You already know. Hey, you know what else is wild, Juju? I'll tell y'all as soon as we take another quick break. Be right back, y'all. Alright, we're back at it, and we're talking about something that's wild. Those old bike adventures we'd have.
No helmets, no pads, just pure adrenaline and bad decisions.
That's it. Hey, we'd build these insane ramps out of plywood and cinder blocks.
And every kid in the neighborhood would line up to try jumping it.
Definitely a lot of funny, scary moments. Hey, what about those bike modifications we used to do?
Playing cards at the spokes to make motorcycle sounds.
Exactly. You didn't take nothing but a playing card.
Playing cards.
Just don't take the wrong ones. Take a joker or something your parents don't use.
Yeah.
All right. You remember those colorful hand streamers that absolutely did nothing?
Did nothing. And if you were really cool, you had the banana seat.
With the sissy bar on the back. Let's go.
Yes. And don't forget the BMX face.
Man. You remember back then we all thought we were going to be professional stunt riders, you know?
Yes. Yes.
All right, we're going to take another quick break, y'all, and we will be right back. I appreciate all of you. Back, y'all. Let's talk about entertainment before the internet.
You mean when we had to actually plan our TV watching?
Hey, man, I'll tell you what. We've talked about this before on this show. The TV guide in my house was like the Bible.
If you missed your show,
hey, that was it, y'all. You had to wait for a rerun. I know you kids don't know what reruns are.
Unless you managed to set up the VCR correctly.
Hey, that never worked. Remember trying to program that damn thing, or your dad trying to program it, getting mad?
The blinking 12 o'clock was like a badge of honor in every home.
Yeah, I can't think of anybody that didn't have the blinking 12 o'clock. And remember recording over important stuff by accident? We all had somebody in the family that did that.
Oh, yes. Like my dad recorded over my sister's dance recital with a football game, man.
What?
Come on, man. That's crazy.
Go, Pops. Alright, speaking of technology, remember when personal computers first started showing up, Juju?
Oh man, those giant boxes with the green ticks.
Yes, and loading games from cassette tapes.
That took like 20 minutes to load.
Hey, it definitely took forever, and then you'd have some jackass walk by the computer.
And bump it.
That's it, and you'd have to start all over, y'all. Alright, we haven't even talked about the food we grew up with, Juju.
Oh, you mean the stuff that would never fly today?
Like drinking straight from the garden hose.
That was premium water right there. Better than any bottled water.
Hey, probably is with all the stuff they put in it. And who can forget Kool-Aid with like 2 cups of sugar per pitcher? Let's go.
Don't forget the Pop Rocks and Coke.
You remember how everyone thought like your stomach would explode if you mixed the two when we were young?
Remember those candy cigarettes?
Bro, candy cigarettes were a trip too. A little pack of cigarettes. Kids don't even know nowadays. Hey, what about Big League Chew though? I mean, actually teaching kids to pretend to chew tobacco.
Hey, the 70s and 80s were wild, man.
They definitely were. Hey, we're going to take one more commercial break, y'all, and we'll be right back. Alright, we are back, y'all. Let's talk about phones for a minute.
You mean those things attached to the wall?
With that long cord that could stretch across like 3 whole rooms?
And if If you wanted privacy,
hey, you just stretch that bad boy right into the closet. Close the door.
remember, calling someone's house and having to talk to their parents first.
Bro, that was the worst. It's like the original caller ID. Who is this? What do you want? Sir, I just want to talk to Juju. Juju's not here. Thank you, sir.
And having to memorize everyone's phone number.
Plus, the one time you did have to do a collect call.
You have a collect call from, Mom, I'm ready for pickup. Do you accept the charges?
Speed talking, y'all. That way your parents didn't get no charges. You just speed talk to avoid it. Alright, y'all. You know what's really crazy? Despite all of this seemingly dangerous stuff that we went through,
It turned out pretty cool.
I mean, we learned problem solving,
Independence,
creativity.
and how to entertain ourselves without a screen.
I mean, maybe we were onto something back then. Who knows?
Just maybe not the lawn darts part.
Definitely not the lawn darts. Bravo, I remember you got me in the lake. Alright, y'all. That's all the deep dive we have into our Gen X childhood for today. Thanks for taking this nostalgic ride with us.
And don't forget to like and subscribe to X-hale and Rewind.
Hey guys, and leave a comment below with your craziest childhood story. We know you've got them, so let's hear them.
See you next week.
Love you all. Peace.
Peace.